Okay, hello everyone and welcome. Y'all, today we're just going to graph quadratic inequalities. We've graphed quadratics before, and we've graphed inequalities, and they're very similar to what we just got done doing with absolute value functions. All right, but now we're looking at inequalities. Today's essential question: how do we identify the solution to a quadratic inequality? All right, remember the quadratic parent function. Let's just review a little bit. All right, it's shaped like a U, right? Looks like this: y equals x squared. All right, it goes right through the origin. Then we move the vertex from the origin. Guys, by adding this h and k, we moved it around. And the a in the front, if you remember, changed the shape. It flipped it over, all right, or made it go up faster or slower. It compressed it or stretched it. All right, it made the graph narrower or wider, or flipped it over. That's what the a did. The h and the k moved it around. The same way we've been doing this, okay? Just to review. And guys, with inequalities, the same rules apply when graphing quadratic inequalities as graphing other inequalities. Again, when you plot the line, it's dotted if it's just less than or greater than. It's a solid line if it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, right? Because the line itself is included in the solution. And then you shade above the line when you solve for y. This can be in any form. In standard form, in vertex form, in factored form, it doesn't matter. If you solve for y on one side, all right? If the inequality symbol is pointing away from the y, like this, it opens toward the y, points away from the y, that means y greater than, then you shade above the curve, above the curve. All right? You shade below the curve if it's pointing toward the y. Again, when you solve for y, if it's pointing toward the y, which means y less than, or y less than or equal to, when you shade below the curve. And you can always test a point too, to figure out which side to shade. You can test 0, 0 is an easy one to check. All right, if it works, then shade that side. If it doesn't work, then shade the other side where the 0, 0 is not there. Also remember, we can graph quadratics in a couple forms. Vertex form, it's relatively simple because you can see the HK right here. Again, it's the opposite. The H is 3 here, not negative 3. And the K is positive 2. So the vertex is at 3, 2, right here. Also, we can graph from standard form, but you need to find the vertex. All right, remember, use the formula H equals negative B over 2A. That's the axis of symmetry. That's the x coordinate of the vertex. You can find it that way and then plug it back into the original equation to find the value of K. Find the value of K when x is H, when x is at the vertex. All right, we'll practice that. Guys, we'll complete the homework check in class, or the video check, we'll call it. The video check is the essential question, and it just asks, again, to review. What does K do? What does H do? And what does A do? Or HKA, all right? All right, that's it, guys. Thanks.